Well, hello, everybody. My name is Kim Ross-Hollingsworth, and I am the founder of the Arts and Authors Extravaganza and Book Builders Academy, where we provide a platform for authors and artists to showcase and sell their work. And we also teach new and current authors how to write, publish, and market their books. And tonight, I am on with our Arts and Authors Talk podcast, where we are celebrating our 1 year anniversary with doing the podcast. And I wanted to do something special and invite back my first guest that I had 1 year ago on the Arts and Authors Talk. And that person is Lynda Joice. So welcome, Lynda. How are you?
Good. I am good. I'm bubbly. I got my glass. I got my
I have my
glass,
Mountain
y'all.
Dew.
I got
How's
my glass.
everything?
But I can't have nothing to drink. I have to have water, and that's about it. So
Well, you know what? That's not always a bad thing because I'm trying to drink my water. So, I mean, it's a hard task, but I'm trying. And plus, it's good for my skin. So, I will be. Oh, and you know what? Someone also told me to put lemon in my water, and that'll bring
yeah,
down blood pressure, and it will also help with a lot of other things too. So,
you're right.
I am going to start, drinking it on a regular.
Good. I'm looking for you on Facebook though. I can't find you.
I'm on here. Oh, you know
See?
what? Guess
What?
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 I was on a privacy mode. Let's see.
Here she go again. Why you do this to me?
I don't know.
I mean, I
I don't
realize
do it
this
on
our
purpose.
I realize it's our anniversary, but we're not gonna do what we did 1 year ago.
What do we do? What do we do? Please
You
share
don't,
because that's what this night is for.
you don't remember? It was your first show.
Oh, yeah.
It was your first show, and that was the first time that you ever did it. So it was kind of like challenging with, technology and
It,
everything that
yeah.
was, so I
And
mean,
then I was nervous because I
I don't
didn't
know
want to
why.
talk.
I don't know why. I
And
never
you was like,
understood
Kim, you
that.
can do it. You're a natural. And
You
I'm
can
like,
do it. You
whatever.
can do it. Yep.
Now I can talk one on one, but now, I had lots of practice over the years. So I can talk. Now, do you see it? Is it on?
I see you on Arts and Authors.
Oh,
I don't
there's a
know what
delay
is.
too. I see that there's a delay.
Are you
But
on Arts
this
and Author or your regular thing?
on my regular page,
Your regular page?
Kimberly
Nope.
Ross Hollingsworth page.
Nope.
Let's see. And look, it is on there.
It is on there, so I guess it's me. Let me see something. Because this is my laptop, and I'm going to. I see it here. So you know what I'm gonna do? You know what my father taught me?
What?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Amen. I thought you were going to say there's more than one way to skin a cat,
He
which I
also
don't
said that.
understand that terminology. I don't understand that.
If there was more than one way to skin a cat. Well, you want to skin a cat, so whatever reason, because I don't eat cat, but the Chinese people do.
Hey, cut it out. Oh, bad, bad,
Okay,
bad.
I'll be good. I'll be good.
Mm, mm,
God
mm,
forgive me.
mm. Oh my God. Well,
He knows I need
anywho,
help. He knows I need
yeah, she
help.
does
So
need help, you guys. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I thank you for joining me tonight because when I think, excuse me, I think you were the one who said that we should celebrate the podcast for a year.
I,
And
I
then my
thought that.
husband, he was mentioning to me that it's a great idea to do the same thing.
See,
So y'all gotta
that's
excuse
why
me
he's
because
my. That's
I
why
am
he's my
getting over a
friend.
cold. Huh?
She gonna put her mask on, y'all.
I know, but I'm in here by myself right now, so I'm
It's
good.
okay. Just don't
But
cough on the plant.
oh gosh, now that's supposed to be giving me some oxygen here. But he mentioned to me
um,
like certain things that I can talk about tonight.
okay.
And
Yay, team.
I do have a few questions that a couple of my friends asked me um, to go over tonight. So I will be answering those questions for them. But
Okay. About
first and
me? About
foremost,
you?
huh?
About me or about you?
About the podcast
Okay.
per
I'm
se.
listening.
So, number one, I wanted to ask you, Lynda. Uh,
Yes.
well, first of all, the podcast in itself. I was
Mm-hmm.
nervous about doing the podcast, um, but I decided to step out on faith and just do what I had to do in order to learn more about my artists and authors because of the fact that I don't get a chance to go around and speak to everyone the day of my
Mm-hmm.
event. And I just found that it was more interesting to, just talk to them a little bit further and find out why they, started doing what they did, as far as becoming an author or an artist, and what motivated them, and why they continue to do what they do. So it's been a great success. I'm booked all the way up until next April now. It was March. I know, I know, it's crazy. And it all started with you, Lynda. It all started
It all
with
started with
you.
me. It all started with me.
Yes.
Yes, praise the Lord. It started with something finally started with me. I'm usually the last of the Mohicans. I was even born last, but I'm first. They say the so that's a good thing. That's
Well,
a
it
good thing.
is a very good thing. And I thank you
Yeah.
so much for saying yes. And I just want you to tell me about your experience as far as watching the arts and authors talk, because you not only was my first one on the show, you also, and my TV is on. Oh, okay. And you almost, if not, you've been on every show. So you've seen every single last show. And you also
Yeah.
participated with questions and comments. And I
hmm
just appreciate you. I really do.
I it's not first of all, it's nice to be appreciated, but it must be in my DNA to be a supporter.
Yes, you are a great
So
supporter.
I just feel as and I think it's because you know how when you have a experience and sometimes it's not always a good experience.
Mhm.
And sometimes when the experience happens to you, you don't want it to happen to someone else,
True.
especially somebody that's close to your heart, or even just to be just being a human. You don't want people to hurt and suffering.
It's
So I
true.
guess God basically put it in my DNA to be a supporter of people. um Especially when they're doing something that is positive, which you are.
Thank you.
um and you're my friend. We became
Yes.
friends over 10 years ago, I would say.
I
Well, we
know.
actually became friends within the last few years, but we met each other over
Years
10
ago.
years ago because now we're texting. You're at work and we're texting and you're sneaking under the desk and stuff. And you just, I hope you're watching, watching.
No,
And this woman
no.
was supposed to be retired, y'all.
I sure was. I was supposed to have been retired, but my son-in-law sucked me back in.
There you go. That's what family will do.
But
They
it's a
bet
good
them
thing
little
though.
eyes and stuff.
You know why it's a good thing though?
Okay.
Because I lost 20 pounds.
You better go ahead, mama. I need to go find me a job. Maybe they'll help
Oh,
me
I'll
lose
hire
somewhere.
you. I
But you,
will
oh, would
hire you.
you?
I
Would
sure
you?
would.
Okay.
I sure
Because you
would. All
know
you
I
gotta do is
gotta move,
jump on the
and
speed line.
I'm trying to move. So, and I'm trying to move either towards Jersey or somewhere out of Philadelphia. My daughter said I can't move to Texas. That's what I was aiming for.
Where?
Texas.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
She
remember
said.
that. when you
She
won
said
your
it.
award.
And that's been
Stuff
over
with an
a
S.
year ago. Yes, that was over a year ago because my baby is here now. And when I came back, that's when I found out my baby was on the way. So I know it's been all October is when I went.
Right. Ah,
There go your sister,
come
your
here,
big
Lisa.
sister's
Hey,
on. Hey,
Lee.
niece. Your big sister's on.
Oh, and my little sis.
And your little sis. Hey, y'all.
Who else is on here? Hey,
Oh,
Dasha.
good. Yeah, we
Now,
got some folks
hold
up
on, just to
here.
go back. Desha was one of my guests on the show too.
Yes,
Thank
she
you so
was.
much,
Yes, she
Desha.
was. Yes, she was.
I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to chime in. She never sits still. Love her so much.
She ain't talking about me because I'm sitting right now.
I just thought that this was a great show to have because if anybody, well, if anybody would have known me like a year ago, they knew that I wasn't going to be doing this show
Right. But
because
someone
it was.
convinced you.
I know, and you know what? I'm so happy I did because you know, during COVID, we had
Mhm.
so many people that were not pursuing their dreams, and some even passed with their dreams inside of them. And I
Ain't that
told
a
myself,
shame?
I'm not going to be that one. I also hosted my very first Arts and Authors Extravaganza, which we celebrated
Nice.
11 years last year. We're getting ready to do our 12th year in August of this year coming up. And I will be hosting once again.
Oh,
I know, right? I know. I
wow,
didn't
we
came
showing
out my
off.
shell. I came out,
We
you
showing
guys.
off. Done lost 20 pounds. Now she can't even sit
You will
down because she be all
definitely
over the
be a
place.
guest, Lisa. You will
Your
be a
sister telling
guest.
on you. That's a sister.
Especially once she write that book because
Oh,
she still have to write it.
I'm waiting for mom to write one. I told her she needs to write one.
She's not going to do it. That's one that's not going to
That's
reveal
one.
any of
She not
her
gonna do it.
secrets.
Well, you need to do it for her.
Oh, thank you so much, Desha, and be careful out there.
Yes, please.
I'm
I'm.
sleep.
Well, she know she sleep.
No, that's because she don't want to write that book.
She better wake up. I come over there and shake that bed for you. You don't want to get me started.
Yes,
I've known your sister. I met
exactly.
your sister before I met you.
Yes, you
Ain't
did.
that crazy? And I didn't even know y'all
Yes.
were sisters.
Uh-huh. I think you were doing plays together or something.
No, Andrea. Dre introduced me because Dre was in one of her pageants.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I believe it,
Oh,
yeah, and I believe it was in
that was her
Atlantic
Blessed, Bold, and
City.
Beautiful pageant.
Yes, yes. And I wasn't even modeling then. But
What?
Dre was doing pageants, and that's how I met your sister. So it's
Wow.
amazing how we get these ages and still remember something. Ain't God good?
That is the truth. I think she may be hopefully planning another pageant soon.
Okay,
Is
okay.
that right, Lee? Is that right?
Yes, the big P. Okay. I don't do pageants. I'm too
I
scared for them.
know. Now,
Mm-mm.
Pam, she actually was in one of the pageants
Okay.
and she
Okay. Well,
sang.
maybe I met her too in person and didn't know it.
I believe you did. Okay, so
That's
she said
crazy.
next year she's
Next
planning her
year.
pageant.
Oh, nice. I'll come in Patriot. I'll
Either
be in the
you can be a
audience.
model or you can be a judge. Ooh,
Oh, ooh. It would have been 10 years. Wow. Well, you know
10
what?
years.
She said she wanted me to do something with her, your sister, but she never told me what.
Okay.
So maybe you're seeing into the future. I don't know, but I don't know what she wanted me to do. And she may already remember, but yes, a judge. Oh, that would be fun. Thank you. No, don't forget me because you know what? I'm a kid at heart, and you can't tell children stuff, and
You
then
sure can't. She remember everything.
you cannot tell children stuff. It's absolutely possible. I don't know. Oh, you sang. She sings?
Yes,
Tam
she sang.
sings? Oh, well, you know I do plays.
That is funny. But we will work on that, and then we'll have her write her book, and then she can come on the show.
There you
How's
go.
that?
Get on the show and talk about your book.
That's it. Now, excuse me, Linda. So
Yes, ma'am.
tell us what your experience have been watching the growth of the Arts and Authors Talk podcast.
It's been very entertaining. Cause some of y'all know I be cutting up and you be looking at stuff. It'd be so funny. Cause I be saying comments and stuff and Kim be trying not to laugh.
Yeah, she does it on purpose, you guys. But you know what? It makes me feel better because it breaks the ice.
Yeah, yeah. It makes you feel more comfortable.
It does make me feel more comfortable.
Right, right. And I tell you one thing I really have enjoyed listening to your guests,
Yeah.
their experiences, learning. I've even learned from some. Some of them I've even became networking, and we've also done, I may have asked them for some information. So it's really been very intriguing to hear the ghost, the guest, to hear them share, and then y'all having dialogue back and forth. But
Mhm.
I find it very intriguing, entertaining, and fun. So you have some good guests. You pick well. You pick well.
Thank you. Now, I did in the beginning, I was trying to, get guests to come on to the show. But then once I started getting the guests to come on, then there was other people who kept asking, "Well, I want to be on the show. I want to be on the show." So that's what, made me go a little further and
Okay.
start inviting different, people, and some people
Mm-hmm.
that I've seen over the years, and then there's some people I haven't even met yet, you know,
Okay.
um in person. But it's just interesting that, we can find out because everyone has a story. I keep trying to
Everyone.
tell, everyone, even if you don't want to put it out there for the world,
Right, right.
everybody has a story, and
Yes,
it's
they do. I say
interesting
that
hearing
often.
about them. It really is interesting hearing about them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then
And
the young lady, I don't remember her name. I think it was Tish or something like that.
yes,
I found her story very interesting because she has health challenges and you would never know it.
you're talking about Trisha.
Trisha,
Yes.
Trisha, she
Now,
has an amazing
yes,
story to
she
tell.
does.
And you just never know what people are dealing with until you get
Mhm.
behind closed doors, and if and when they share it. And though I had never met her until your show, but I
Yes.
listened in and we became Facebook friends. If we were Facebook friends before that, I don't remember, but I know we basically really did become because I was very
Right.
interested in, all she do. Now, question, can I ask you a question? Let's
Sure.
flip the
Of
switch.
course.
Do do you always only have authors on your
Nope.
podcast?
And
Okay.
artists.
Artists and authors. Okay, just
Yes.
like you do with your
Exactly. With
event,
the
your yearly event.
exactly.
Got you, got you.
Now, it could also be aspiring, they could
Uh-huh,
be
uh-huh.
looking to write or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
either become an author or an artist, you
Okay,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But most of the ones that I've had on the show so far are already authors or artists.
Okay, I was just curious.
And just remember, artists can be anything.
Yes.
Artists can be, I mean, the range is pretty broad.
Yeah,
So
it's mhm,
it could
mhm.
be anybody.
It could be a lot of, and I see as you saying that, it's a lot of creatives.
Exactly. They're called creative.
And yes, and just think about there's so many different creatives because God gave us so many talents and gifts,
I
and He
agree.
wants us to use them to draw others, to encourage others, to
Yep.
inspire and help them see that, oh, maybe I might can do something. Or
Exactly.
maybe, and just like you was talking about the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
people did not know. A lot of people did not know that they could do what they could do. You're
Yep.
behind closed doors. Now, I'm gonna give you a little short story about myself as a child. I never planned to write,
Right.
but I got on punishment, put on punishment. I didn't push my own self on punishment. My mother put me on punishment, and I had to
Right.
stay in my room. That's when I remember start to make up stories because I watched TV and I was a reader. I love to
Yes.
read. So I learned that I could make my own world, and that's how I became a writer at 11 years old.
That's amazing.
So just think the people that may have came creatives when they were in behind closed doors because the city was shut down
Yep.
and people had to figure out, some things, how to entertain their children, how to keep from killing each other. Try.
That's the truth.
Because I mean, even a cook is a creative.
That's true. That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of businesses were started during the pandemic.
That's true. That's very true.
A lot of books were written. A lot of
Mine
artwork
was.
was created.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, there was several things that started during the pandemic,
You're absolutely
and
correct. I agree.
I'm just encouraging people, if you were thinking about doing something, or you have talents or something like that that you would like to pursue, do it.
Follow your dream.
Follow your dreams. Lisa, I can be very creative. Yes, she can.
Yeah, as long as she awake, right? As long as she don't take a nap and stuff, right?
Oh, yes. So I have a question for you too. Okay,
Okay.
so um, oh, Lisa laughing at you. She ain't right.
That's okay.
Okay,
That's okay.
so I what did you like the most about the podcast? And I think you pretty much touched on it a little bit. And what would you like to see happen in the future with the podcast?
Well, one of the things that I like your intro music.
Oh, thank you. That's going to change though.
I figured it would.
After the year is
But
out,
that's
which,
uh-huh.
you know, and
That's okay.
actually Andy and
Okay.
Alec
Yes, I
actually
remember
helped
them.
me, create all that
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
start the podcast. Erica
Right.
Blocker, um, Gordon Blocker, she actually, instructed me on how to, gave me pointers on how to do the podcast and
Mm-hmm.
so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is going to change. I'm going to,
Okay.
you know, for the next year, have something a little
Uh-huh.
bit different. But thank you for that.
Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Now, are you ready for the second part? Because this is going to be very challenging.
Yeah.
You ready? I would like to see you go to where people are doing what they do.
Oh, really? How do I do
Yes,
that?
like,
Like,
uh, look, I told you, are you ready for the challenge? Or even
yes.
maybe they, because you know what, Carol was able to, when your last show, I believe, she was able to share from her own footage. So that's one
Oh,
way.
you're talking about with Carolyn.
Yes.
Wasn't that neat?
It
Oh
was
my
great.
God.
It
That
was
was so
so
neat.
awesome. It really was. So maybe you can get something going like that, where you actually see live, not just a person in their home, but actually like maybe behind the scenes or something like that. You
And
know what
guess
I'm
where she
saying?
was?
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
actually in where was she? I
She was
think
at
she was
tour, but
either
she
in
had some
Georgia or
out.
Texas.
Okay, okay.
She was actually she has a collaboration right now, and it was her story.
Right, I remember.
And she was actually touring with I forget how many women she had, but I think it was like 20 people, 20 or
Was it?
so people within the collaboration. And she
Okay.
actually had the book signings at each one of their states. And
Uh-huh.
she
Okay.
physically went to each one of those states and did the book signings with them.
Okay. Okay.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she wasn't even home when she did the uh
Okay. So what's stopping
podcast.
you?
Yeah.
So what's stopping you?
Oh, I don't know. Travel. But you know what? I love to travel, so most
I'm
likely I
sure you
will
do. Most of us
eventually.
do. I might even go on a
And do
trip
it
with you
live
one
and do it
day.
live. That would be
Yes,
interesting.
this is what I'm saying. You can do it. You
And
can do it.
I
That's what
mean,
my
I could,
grandson watches every day.
I can
Yes.
do anything I put my mind to.
I know you can because you're Mary Ross's daughter.
And that, you know what, I did at one time think about doing it live.
Hmm.
Lamar, uh
Okay.
he actually sparked my interest when it came to that, because most of the people go there to see him. They go to his
Hmm.
office to do his broadcast. So I did think about it,
Okay.
but
See, that's
we'll
confirmation.
see. We'll see. That could be in the works.
That's confirmation right there.
But thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And let's see here. Um, was there any particular thing that you learned from me doing the podcast?
I learned that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you because you
That I
kept
can.
on saying what you couldn't. I think a lot of reason why you couldn't do certain things, Kim, was not because of the lack of capability. It was the lack of faith in yourself.
Exactly.
You had to get beyond that. And I guess I'm talking to myself because sometimes we feel as though we can't do certain things because of past experiences, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we got to clean the slate
Yep.
and forget about what happened in the past. Faith is about trusting and stepping out, even on things you don't even see. You may not even
True.
see anything. But if you are a true believer, and I'm talking about believer in Jesus Christ, he told us that there's no good thing that he will withhold from us. So that means that
Yep.
he wants us to lean on him to get the job done. Because after all,
I
he
agree.
gave us the talent and gift anyway. He don't want it
True.
to just sit there.
That's
He
right.
wants it basically for us to share and to teach others how to do what we do, and they probably want to do their own selves.
That's so true. That is so true. And I don't mind sharing. So if there's,
You sure don't. You're the nicest person on earth.
oh, thank
And then
you.
I would say that I even learned that from you too, how to be
Well,
nicer,
that's not
especially
true.
with.
You always nice to people.
Am I? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, you are. But I thank you, and you are absolutely right. And I just wanted to just point out some of the names of some of the guests that was on the show so far. Um, I was going to sit there and add them all up, but I didn't have time for that. But
How many shows has it been?
it
How
has
many
been,
episodes?
and thank God it's been bi-weekly, because if I had to
Okay.
commit to it being
That
every week, it wouldn't have happened.
would have been a challenge for you, for
It's an
anybody, really. I don't know how sometimes they do it.
I
People
don't
must don't
either.
sleep. They must don't sleep. You
or
got people on Facebook
yeah,
all hours and
having it
yeah.
every single day of the week, and I don't understand how they can do it. But especially if you have a full-time job or your family, it's so hard to do it every single day. But by doing it bi-weekly, every other Monday, it
Hmm.
has helped me tremendously.
I'm
So
sure.
I have artist Quentin Green. He was on the show.
Remember him? I remember Quentin.
Author slash artist, photographer Kelly DeVita.
How's she
She was on
doing?
Kelly. Remember Kel?
Yeah, of course I remember Cal.
Yep. We had Levon Howard,
Yep, I
which
know
I got a lot
LeBron.
of my inspiration from.
Okay.
Valerie Stanzel,
Yes,
which she has her own podcast as
she
well.
does. Yes, she does.
And Larry Richardson, he's an author.
Okay.
Um, we have author Derek Billups that was on the show. Uh, Dr. Tyra,
I
Tyra,
remember that one. Yep, I remember
yes, she
that.
was on the
Yeah.
show. Who else did I have?
You said Deja.
Deja Hemphill. Um, oh my goodness, it's so many.
You had a lot of
And
people.
my it's not going back further.
Was Millicent ever on your show?
Not Millicent.
Really? Okay. I'm gonna. I almost said something, God. I'm glad you. I'm glad I heard the voice of the Lord.
I was trying to go on my YouTube channel just to see, because
Oh,
if anyone goes to the YouTube channel, they'll see everyone that was actually on the show.
but I was the first, y'all.
But Linda
I
was
was the
definitely the
first.
first.
I was the first.
But
Whoop,
that was
whoop.
just some of the names so far, of
Okay.
some of the
Okay.
people that was on the show. Yes, let me see what she says. Lisa says, yes, it would. I missed my broadcast. It was weekly. Yes, she did. She had one. But it was a
Okay.
radio show. It was radio.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Um,
You
and
could
she
do it.
said
You could do it.
you could do it.
Yeah.
But just having this podcast was very, very I'm so glad I actually went ahead and did it. Um I have a question. Let me see here. This was one of the questions that someone asked. Excuse me. It says, what would I have done differently when I started my podcast? Ooh, I don't know. I really don't know what I would have done differently. Um, I I guess one of the things would be, like when I do have people come on to the show, I could have more of a welcoming like letter or email sent out to them. I did do that for some in the beginning, but then, it got to the point where I was a little bit busy and didn't have a chance to do it all the time with everyone.
Mm.
But I want to do that on a more consistent basis moving forward. So that was one of the questions. Do you have any questions for me?
She said radio, your sister.
Yes.
Um, do I have any questions? Well, I don't have any questions per se. You caught me off guard.
Well, I I I
But
would
I
say
but
this
I
whole
will.
show was really caught off
Yeah.
guard,
Yeah, but
but
it's okay because my thing is I like spontaneous.
well, I do too.
I like spontaneous, unscript.
Definitely.
Sometimes I basically just did my book launch and I read my stuff.
Yes.
because this week I have another birthday. So every time I have a birthday, something goes on up here.
Yep, yep.
So
That
I can't
creative,
remember all the
those
stuff.
creative juices start to flow. I know you.
Oh my goodness. And then, I don't know how you do all that you do. I'm considering on doing a podcast, but I used to do Facebook Lives on bullying.
Yes, you did. Why
And
did
the
you stop?
because people wasn't listening.
That's not true. That's not true.
You know what? Um, I think I did get discouraged, but I talked to myself about it. And it's kind of hard now, which I will get back to it. It's just having the things that I need to do. And then with my new grandbaby, it
Yes.
has changed the dynamics in the household.
Mm-hmm.
It's only temporary. So
Yes.
probably next year I'll get back to it. I just don't know what content I'm going to use because, like you said, I got a lot that I could touch on,
Mm-hmm.
with the experiences that I have. And that's even in my own life. People don't realize how busy my mind is. And
Mm-hmm.
I think because it is hard to tone it down.
Right.
I don't care if I go to bed and time to go to sleep. My brain
Right.
is still going. Do you know I get up like 4 and 5 o'clock almost every morning? Or
Trust me,
sometimes
I
even
do.
earlier. Okay, well, yeah, that's right. Because I text you because I said Kim is up. I know Kim is up. And Kim would text me and say, I know Lynda's up. And we be up. We be up
Six,
like we never
5 o'clock in
went
the
to
morning,
sleep.
6 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. But the difference is I don't have to go on a job. You do.
True.
So
True. But I'm still up.
I don't struggle so much about if I don't sleep.
Right.
And I've asked the Lord, why did you wake me up? Because I felt, well, of course it's the Lord. People may think it's an alarm clock. They can think that if they wish. And I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
fight with you about it. But I know who wakes me up.
Right.
It's the Lord. And I believe it's for a reason. And I started learning that He wants me to either pray or utilize that time with creating something. I'm
That's right.
doing, and I've been writing for so long. People don't know how many books that I already have,
Mm.
and just to publish is not the issue. I basically just have the material, but you don't want to put stuff out there and it's not done correctly. So
Right.
some of it is just having the things that needs to be done. Your sister
Yes.
has a question.
How many books, Linda, have you written so far? And Kim, what's your next book? Oh, she wrong for that.
Y'all must have had a personal conversation that I know nothing about, and I ain't getting involved. But how many books I have written? I've written over 20 books, but I've only published two as of now. This is the second
Yeah.
published book that Secrets. Thank you. I just
Congratulations.
launched this. Thank you, Kim. Kim kind of she threw me out on the bus. She threw me out
Uh,
on the bus. She did. She did. She told me
just a
who
little
to
bit.
use. She and it might have been good because I might wouldn't have gotten it done because I'm the type
That's
of
right.
person. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it.
She's going to do it.
And the company tried to give me a hard time about doing some things.
Yep.
And I said, I'm getting this book out, which is a 25-year-old story that I
Yes.
wrote before my children were even born.
Yep.
My Surviving on Broken Pieces, which is my memoir, came out first. But I had already written this one, but for at least 15 years, I couldn't get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Publisher messed up my book. And my son said, Mom, maybe the reason why you can't get it out is because God said for you to get your memoir out first.
Mm.
I struggled with the memoir because I was having all kinds of health challenges and stuff like that. And I can see why, because it has ministered and encouraged so many
Yes, it
people.
has.
And that's what I won my awards for, as Kim knows. I went to Texas. They asked for me to come there. I was in Texas for a week, and
Yeah.
they fed me, they housed me,
And
and
she didn't
I
want to
wanted
come
to
home.
move. My daughter said, "Mom, you're going too long."
Yeah,
She
because I
felt
think
probably
you
ready to
stayed an
bring me
extra
back
week,
herself.
didn't you? You
I
stayed an extra
stayed.
week.
I stayed there. I stayed there. I loved it. Yes, yes. So it is interesting. It really is. Can I read the back, Kim?
Yeah, sure. Most
Okay.
definitely.
Thank you. I'm reading the back, the synopsis of Unveiling of Secrets of an Angel. That was the first name. Then I just turned it to Secrets to make it sound more intriguing. Unveiling of love, trauma, twists, turns, and gifted young model that loves the Lord. And her modeling career is on the rise. She is admired and hated by many. Rain is only in love with Maurice Foster. But men across the universe want to eliminate the beast to conquer beauty. Obsessions of pursuing Rain places danger in the lives of her loved ones. In spite of Maurice's threatening temper and meddling mother, Rain has the passion to become his wife. But Maurice's mother, Daphne Wheeler, would go to any length to keep the young couple apart. When Rain witnesses her man in a compromising situation, what evidence can Maurice dig up to support his innocence? As if facing her sweetie's infidelity was not enough, according to the people, Rain's parents, and the judgmental congregation, can she possibly believe that God doesn't love her either? Can a young woman who tried all her life to satisfy her parents receive forgiveness even for herself?
Wow. Wow. So tell us.
So,
Yes, go ahead.
um, anybody can inbox me for a copy. I am mailing them out. That's basically the way that you can get it as of now. Um, because I
And
will deliver it. What is
what
my
is
who?
your Facebook page?
It is Lynda Joice, Joice. Linda Joyce. Make sure you put Ly, because if you put Li, you're not gonna find me. I'm Ly. My those letters are switched. Lynda Joice. So if you're in Philly, there's a good chance that if you cash app or pay in cash when I come, I deliver. Cause I delivered to that young lady. What's her name? Yolanda. Yolanda, who was
Yolanda.
in. Yes,
I
Yolanda.
miss
I
your
took it to her
Yolanda
house.
too.
Yeah, yeah. I
I wonder with the Go Be Great community if they've heard anything from
heard from
Yolanda.
her. I'm wondering too. But I do deliver too as well. I'll get it to you because my thing is I believe that my messages are meant to be heard.
Yes, they
Yes,
are.
I want to get it in people's hands, but I want to also get them to read it
Yes. And
because
do you
there's a
have your other book
message.
in hand? Broken
I
Broken
can tell
Promise.
you I have this.
Broken Pieces. That's right.
Kim bought one of these copies. This is
I
my
have my
memoir.
copy. It's actually sitting by my bed so I can read it every chance I get,
She's only had it for two
because she knows
years.
I'm a slow reader. Uh,
I put that book out in 2020. Kim's still reading. She probably on like chapter 5 or something.
Lisa says she has one too.
Oh, Lisa, thank you for your support. I did not know you had one too. So y'all should have a club.
A
A book
lot of people
club.
have your book. A
Oh,
lot of
praise
people.
the Lord Jesus, because I got a lot of stuff to say.
Yes. Now, you did start your YouTube channel as well, right?
Mm-hmm. I did. I have some videos on my YouTube channel of some of the lives that I've done on Facebook lives and some of the different things because I would go to the playground and stuff on the swings and all
Yes,
kinds of
you
stuff. I'm
were.
crazy, Lord Jesus. Please, please help
So
me.
I'll put that information on there too.
I don't
But
take on my medication anymore.
stop it. But I'm telling you, if there's anybody who is interested in doing a podcast, just start.
Just
Just do
start.
it. I
Just
didn't
start.
have all the answers. I still
She
don't
did
have all
not.
the answers.
You know, she's doing
But
so much better.
as long as I have someone to talk to, I'm good.
Uh-huh.
So if you're interested in doing a podcast, just like Erica told me a while ago when I started, just do it. Just do it. You never know how far you can go. And you know what? I did read something recently. They said most podcasts normally have like maybe 5 to 6 episodes, and then they're done.
Really?
Oh yeah, I googled it,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I was like, to me, I think that I don't understand how, but I guess people fall off. They don't have the content,
Yeah,
or
that can be
or they
challenging.
think that people are not listening or they're not interested.
Mm-hmm.
But just like you, Linda, where you thought that no one was looking at your lives, there could have been a number of reasons why people didn't look at your live. Probably it could have been the time of day, because with me, I couldn't watch it during that time of day because I would go back and watch it because I was either at work or something. It could be the time of day, it could be the topic, it could be where you're airing your information at. It could have been Facebook Live is not your audience. You know what I mean? It could be a number of different reasons, but just know that somebody's watching. I don't care how you think they're not watching, they're watching.
And I agree with you about that because it's so funny to me that certain times
Thank you.
that there are certain things and certain subjects that people pop up on that you don't even know
Yep.
be watching you. I had a young man that I know. He's not that young. He's older than me, so he's old. But anyway, he said something, and he said, "Oh yeah, I've been watching you." I'm not. He's not even my Facebook friend.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
you're right that there
And
are
look at the
certain
church lady, one
people.
of one of the church ladies that you had that you didn't even know that was watching you. Um,
It's a whole lot.
and they're watching.
They're
So
watching.
if there's
You're
anyone who
right.
is interested in doing your podcast, just do it. It could be different topics. And I think it was something that somebody had mentioned before. They said that they don't want to do something that someone else is doing. There's going to be people there's always people doing what somebody else is doing, but they don't have that magic sauce that you have.
There you go.
They don't do it the way that you can
Don't
do
do
it.
it the way you
They
do it. And
may
not
not
only
have the
that,
same topic that you're even talking about.
that's right. And
So
that's
just
some of what
do
I
it.
was gonna say. And
It
not
doesn't
only
matter
that,
if
your
you're doing
audience could
something
be
that somebody
different.
else is doing. Huh?
Your audience could be different as well.
Exactly.
There's a lot of fish in the pond.
There is. There is. And if I would have thought that same thing, I probably would not have made it to this year, made it through that first year, and have several guests that I had within that year. And I still have even more guests up ahead. But I just wanted to thank everybody who came on tonight, who is still on. If you have questions that you still want to ask Linda or myself, please do so, and we'll definitely be able to answer those questions for you. Yep, you definitely bring your own flavor. You definitely. And I just wish I can sing, Lisa. Then, maybe I can go a little further. But I just like the fact that I'm able to share like the people that I know, that I've come in contact with. And, you know, I just look forward to even greater things next year.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, cousin Lisa. Now, Linda, is there anything you would like to share before we leave?
Yes, I would. Let us have a word of prayer. No, I'm just kidding. Even though we are going to
Yeah,
pray.
can't stand her. See, y'all, this is why she was my first guest. She knows how to break the ice.
That's why they had, but you know, that's why they said they wanted me to come to Texas. Once they read my book and they saw my personality,
Yes,
they said we got, because they had a whole big banquet and everything.
I
Got all
remember.
dressed up and
I
everything.
saw.
And when they called my, yeah, because you was on. When they
I
called
was
my
on your
name after
live.
I was telling everybody to vote and stuff like that, and then when they called my name, I couldn't move because I was in shock.
Mhm.
But I do want to say to Kimberly, Kim, I kind of remember hearing your name before I actually met you.
Really?
And I started following you because I was intrigued about this woman who had the, what do you call it, the knowledge, I guess you would say, of doing things that I wanted to do. And that's why I said it's age doesn't matter because I'm older
Nope.
than you are by maybe 2 months, a couple. I'm more than 2 months older than Kim. I'll be 62
Okay.
in 4 days. But I heard about you and you were doing this and you was doing that. And I said, that's the kind of stuff I want to do.
Yeah.
And because I saw what Kim was doing, it encouraged me to get to know her. And Kim does not mind sharing. She's not stingy. You know, a lot of folks are stingy. They don't want nobody. They feel intimidated by other people. But you're not intimidated when you know who you are
Amen.
and if you have the confidence in your own self.
That's
I
right.
didn't always have the confidence. But the more that I did, I could say, oh, wow, who is that? Because I would be reading my own memoir sometime and I'd be shocked. And my memoir is very transparent. I'm telling the truth about stuff. My own family. My mother said, my mother 99 years old, y'all.
Yeah.
And I have sisters, and all of my sisters are 12 plus years older than
Yes.
I am. And my mother said, come and sit down. I got something to tell you. I said, oh, Lord, she's going to give me a whole lecture. But my mother first started out, she said they don't understand you. She said, and also they're jealous of you.
Mhm.
Y'all got more than I got. How y'all jealous of me? But it's because of my confidence that I
Yes.
have stepped out to start doing things that I've been wanting to do because I got away from the naysayers of
Yes.
saying who and what you cannot do. You can do. And I'm talking about positive things. But I also want to say that when you hold back from doing certain things, someone's waiting on you.
That's
We're
right.
all here for a purpose. And we're here to help others. And when we don't do what we should be doing, that's an assignment. And
Yeah.
you could be somebody's assignment. You may never know. You may be somebody's lifeline. And they're waiting, and they may not know that they're waiting on you, but they're waiting on something.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
Well,
But I'm
I
not.
appreciate you because I speaking on what you just said about like doing things,
Yes, ma'am.
I do them. I'm not just one that'll sit there and talk about it. If I find that it's something that I want to do, I do it. I tweak it later. I tweak it as I
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm and just like I said before, I may not have all the answers to everything, but I'm still gonna do it.
She's still gonna
And
do it.
I'm not afraid of constructive criticism.
Right, right,
You
right.
know,
No,
if
because she
someone
knows who
tells me,
she
well,
is.
Kim, you know,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
if that was the case, I wouldn't even be celebrating 12 years of the Arts and Authors
How
Extravaganza
about
if I
that?
thought that, you know,
And
I
she
can be
must have
critical about.
really, and you must have really had confidence in me because you threw me out there on the bus by myself, told me to start self-publishing because you thought I forgot about that. Started
But you know
self-publishing
what?
this book. And
If
I
you
know what I
didn't do that,
was doing.
I'm telling you, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't appreciate this book.
You're probably right, Kim. You're probably right, but I
You
still
would
want
not
want them to
appreciate it.
know that they put me out, that she put me out there, told me to try this and try that, and then she started working on this job, and I tried to call her, and she couldn't help me because she too busy.
No, I
So I had to
showed
do
you
everything by
all the road.
myself.
But listen, I tell people all the time, you teach them how to fish. That way you can publish the rest of your books all by yourself.
You know I'm going to. You
Amen.
know I'm going to, because now I
So
got to
that's what you
figure
got to
out how I'm
do.
gonna do my marketing now because I
Well, the
got the book.
marketing I can help you with.
Okay. Y'all heard her, y'all. Because I'm going to replay this. But me and Kim
But
have
yes,
fun. We have
you
fun. We
know
get
I can help
together
you with it.
and we laugh, we dance, we just have a good we Kim laugh at everything, you know.
That's because you are silly. It's like, no, only kidding, only kidding. But I want to thank you. I thank you for being a great friend. I thank you for being my uh motivator because you do motivate me. You just don't
Oh,
think that you do, but you do. And
okay.
I just want to thank everybody once again. And if you have any questions, Pam, I heard you. If you want to know how to start a podcast, I'm
There you
there
go.
for you. All you
There you
have to
go.
do is give me a call. But like I said, there's no time like the present. Just get out there and do it. Turn your YouTube on and start recording. You know, if you need guests, depending on what you're interested in, just, get a friend first. Look at what I did with Lynda. You get a friend first. Um, and then you'll feel a little more
Hmm.
comfortable talking about whatever it is that you have to talk about. But that's what you have to do. Just get out there and do it. Oh, Pam, I'll talk to you on the Go Be Great call tomorrow morning. Which Lynda, she is a part of the Go Be Great community now. Her and Alicia, whatever.
I never longer had that. I don't have that app no more.
Oh
Discord. I
gosh.
don't have it no more. I needed stuff to put on there. So Discord was just sitting there. So I kind of, but you know
Well,
what? I did enjoy being a part of it. It's just a little bit too early for me to talk and listen to all
it
that,
is
but
too early, but guess what?
it's a
Sometimes
great.
we're on that call until like 9, 10 o'clock. So people are jumping on the call throughout the morning. And I believe somebody said it before, that it's like talk radio. And really it is. And you just
Mm,
chime in when you want.
mm-hmm.
And it's some good conversations, good business minded ladies that's
Yes,
on
yes,
there.
yes.
And if you want to expand your business or if you want that support just to be behind you while you're doing what you do, look at this live right now. Most of the Go Be Great community, a few of the ladies are on here. So if you want that support, they're there. So if you want to learn how to do your flyers, if you want to learn how to do a podcast, if you want to learn how to write a book, that's what those ladies are for. Exactly.
Write your book.
That's what these
Write your
ladies are
book.
for. But I just want to thank everyone once again for chiming in. Monday, since this was a special episode, on Monday we have Narish Cruz. She's an author. She's going to be joining us at 7 p.m. on Monday night. But like I said, if there's any questions or anything, please, please, please don't hesitate to ask. And again, I thank you, Lynda, for joining me and for writing your book. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank
And
you, Lisa.
And I want to thank everyone once again and have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. You